So before we go ahead and practice, I want you to just like remind me what the key components and walk me through like the general skeleton of what chart the error is, even though I know you're a master.
My key point is that when we are multiplying fractions on whole numbers, we're making copies. So like I said, in essence, it's repeated addition, so our units does not change. But the amount of our units, which is technically the numerator, is what changes.
Yes. So like when you are like doing the act of charting the error, I want you to walk me through what that's gonna look like.
Okay, so basically I'm gonna group my kids, get their attention, and I wanna take a poll. I'm like, okay, well, how many of you would think that A is correct? How many think B is correct? So if you think it's A, put your finger on your nose. If you think it's B, put your finger on your elbow. And then I'm gonna, of course, have a student. I want to hear what they're thinking and say, hey, why do you think A is correct? Like, I want you to defend your answer. And of course, they'll tell me. The other kids who chose B will listen like, maybe I'm not right. So I'm gonna re-poll. And then I want to see how many people still think B is right. And so if someone else chooses or still stands by B, after hearing all of that, I'm like, okay, explain your answer. And I want to actually hear what you're thinking. Why are you so like hard on B or whatnot? And I feel like eventually when they like talk about it and they realize, okay, I said 56 times 6 and I did 6 times 6. I'm like, okay, if you did 56 times 6, over 6 times 6, what are you actually multiplying by? And I'm gonna write it, of course. I want them to actually visually see it. Oh, that's an equivalent fraction, which is what? 1.
I love it. I love that you always re-poll before you ask for B. What I think would be cool too is if you see people switch, be like, I want you to stand up if you switch your answer and explain why. That might be even more powerful.
Because they can identify the error themselves.
Yes, so students who are like, oh, I chose B at first, I'm going to be vulnerable, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to explain why my answer's wrong. But I also think there's a power in putting B first because B is the wrong answer.
Right.
I think there's a power in putting B first.
Okay.
I know that when we chart the error, we usually don't, the order doesn't matter. Kids are really excited to like figure out like we know what the mistake was. But if you put for this one, I'm usually not a proponent of putting the error first. But if you put the error first, I think you're going to get way more kids talking about it. And you could even do like a turn and talk.
Yeah, I was just thinking
or like a 4 corners, like go to this corner if you think it's A, go to this corner if you think it's B. And then like really get kids up. I think once kids explain A, a lot of kids are going to switch their minds, but they might not know why they switched their answer, and they might kind of tune out when you explain B. So I think that in this case it might be a better idea to put B first.
Gotcha.
Great. And then you go ahead and question them until they gave you. They love that.
Yeah. Tell me more.
Like,
no, come on, need a little bit more. I
words.
really want to hear that equivalent fraction just to realize, okay, that's why we're not multiplying the denominator times the whole number.
So, perfect. So we've done that, but they have the key point, your questioning is on point. Then they're getting those immediate at-bats, right? So how many questions are you going to give them that look like this?
I'm going to give them one immediately right after this. They're going to flip that paper over and we're going to practice this.
Yes.
And what I want to see them do is just strictly multiply that whole number times our numerator. They don't even have to like divide or long divide or whatnot. I just want to see that part where they had that error. Yeah. That's what I'm coming around looking for. That's what I want to see, that I'm stamping for. That error that they made, I want them to correct it and be able to tell me why they did that.
So like, are you going to have, so in your practice for kids, you said you're going to have one that's just like it that you want them to just do. Are you going to have a few that are right and wrong and they're going to have to like mark off the ones that are wrong and circle the ones that are right? Or are you just going to have them do it?
I'm going to give them a problem, they're going to flip it over, they're going to do it.
Okay.
And I'm looking for that correct answer or that correct work.
Okay. And then how are you going to make sure that this lives past this?
Oh, they're going to see this over and over again. They're going to see it in their do now. They're going to see it in their homework. I might just have one random way, you know what? Here's a question. Do it.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think also like you're collecting a lot of chart the errors. So like finding like maybe like where this lives and making sure that you're just pointing kids to its integration. Well, I'm really excited. So we were at about like 35% of students getting this question correct on the test. I want you to reassess it. So today is Monday. I want you to reassess it Friday.
Gotcha.
What percent of your students you think, I mean, the whole problem, so
Gotcha.
not just the error, I
Yeah.
want it to be the volume problem. So there is gonna be some mixed numbers properly. But even if they do all that wrong, we still only care about them being able to multiply a fraction by a whole. So we are at 39% right now, or 35, what did I say? 35, sorry. Percent right now. What percent do you think are you aiming for by the end of the week?
My goal is to double that. I want 70% or higher.
Okay.
Like, our expectations got to be high. They got to be able to reach it.
Yeah, I mean, because this is a skill they could do
Yes.
before volume.
Yes.
So it looks like it's a retouch. So would you say 70% including volume, including the entire process?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're capable of doing that.
Great, I'm excited to see what you got. Thank you.